Good day and welcome to Steve's Kitchen. I don't know if we're live yet. I'm getting a signal that says the stream's not good again, but you know, we'll do the best we can with what we have. I just wanted to take Thursday and say Merry Christmas. The weekend's coming up. Christmas is arriving, and yeah, the stream, the quality may be a bit laggy again. It's just where we are at the moment in Australia that the internet connection is not great, and I can't seem to do anything about it. But lovely to see you all. Merry Christmas, Jonathan, Jacob, Ruby, everybody that's in at the moment. I'd love to hear you. We're going to open the pickled onions. I got my pickled onions. If you made them with me, would have been probably, I think, about 6 weeks ago. I'm not sure, to be absolutely honest, but you can see the colours looking really great. And we haven't cracked the seal on these. Hey, Tropic Lush. Hey, Byron, how are you? Merry Christmas, everybody. I know some people say it's not politically correct to say Merry Christmas, but I don't care. We say Merry Christmas, so that's what we're going to say. And I want you to have a joyful and Merry Christmas, whatever your background is. It really doesn't matter. Now, I've got this second camera set up today. I've got a lovely cheddar cheese here, nice sort of rough, crumbly cheddar cheese, because I want to try these pickles. You might notice in the front here, I don't think VB8 will be in, but a friend of mine here in Australia asked if I'd make a chocolate mousse, so I've been making a chocolate mousse. Crystal clear. Oh, well, that'll be nice. Be nice if it stays clear. I've turned the bit rate down for any of you, those that know the technicalities, right down low, so it might be a little bit hazy, but it's hopefully a little bit better.
Margie says Merry Christmas, and she made them.
Margie, you made the pickled onions. Beautiful.
Jan A says Merry Christmas, Steve and Michelle.
Kelly's in Jamaican girl. Good morning from the UK. Hello, Kel. How are you?
B Swin says Merry Christmas, and Ice Dragon, hi, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And Merry Christmas to you all. Love to you all, and a Happy New Year. Whether we get good connections or not, I've got in here just in time to say. Michelle made me put this silly hat on, by the way. So you can blame her. She'll come around and say hello. We have got loads of little things laying around on the table. We've got our Christmas mince meat that we made. We've got this, which I promised to make for a long time. I can't remember who I promised to now. I should really search it out. But this is our Branston pickle. Those of you that don't know what a sweet sort of Branston, well, it's not that sweet, Branston pickle. This is only a day or so old, so it's not really mature, but I'm going to give it a try anyway.
Nix Adams, Merry Christmas from New Zealand.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Nix, I think it's a girl.
Nix. Oh, Nix, is it N-I-X? Oh, there you are, Nix, I see you.
And Tara says hi.
Hey, Tara.
And Jonathan made the pickled onions too.
Good-o, Jonathan. Got myself a coffee. Does the second camera work? I can turn it on and off, look. But if I turn it off, you can have a look at that globe up in the ceiling. Now that's a bit more interesting. Here we go. So cheers, lovely, nice cup of coffee. Not that Starbucks Christmas stuff that I had. Mind you, I did actually find that Starbucks do a lighter blend Christmas coffee, which I bought. Is it there, Michelle? I want to give it a try. I'm not going to do it today. I don't want to risk another disappointing coffee. But look, they got the light blend as well. So you know, God bless Starbucks for thinking about us. Hey, B Swins. I need to see that raspberry. I needed that to go in the center of this beautiful light chocolate chocolate mousse. $4 for a little. I know Michelle's laughing because I'm always grumbling. $4 for a little punnet of raspberries, one layer wide, about 3 inches square. Our soft fruits in Australia are so expensive. It's so crazy. When I was in the US a year or so back, about 18 months ago, we bought these one pound punnets of blueberries, and they were like about $3, I think, and we were eating blueberries, because here in Australia, you pay about $4 or $5, you'd get a punnet this big. There'd be one layer of raspberries in there, just one high, maybe the odd one, making it look a little fuller, and that would cost you a fortune.
Tropic Lash is asking, is the Christmas blonde roast?
It is the blonde roast. Is it called blonde roast, Michelle?
Yeah, it is.
Christmas blonde roast, vintage 2017 with the rare aged Sumatra in there as well. Don't forget. I'm hoping that's going to be quite pleasant. They actually do. I picked up another coffee here. Now you know about these ones, don't you? So the Willow blend, which is a similar blend, I believe. What am I like? Coffee everywhere. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I don't drink lots and lots of coffee, just a couple a day, but it's got to be good. Good morning, Dax. How are you? Packed to the rafters. Good to have you in, buddy. Tara, did I see Tara's there?
Yeah, she said they're expensive here too, about £2.5. Is that £2.50?
£2.50, Tara? Or 2.5 physical weight pounds?
No, Tara's from the UK.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I think she's talking about quid, pounds.
Morning, Dax.
Did you hear that, Dax? Michelle said good morning. So I am surrounded by good stuff. Have we opened this one yet? We're going to, aren't we? This is my homemade mince meat, and we've made some beautiful. I'm going to open. Oh, it's not that sealed. Oh, that is my homemade mince meat, which we made our mince tarts with, mince pies. But I am going to crack open my pickled onions today and give those a little try. And fingers crossed they're ripe and ready.
So Tara says, yes, pounds money.
Ah, pounds money.
And Beast Swin said, when in season I can buy £5 of strawberries for $3 US.
Oh, Beast Winds, don't tease us. That's terrible. I know. The fruit and vegetables in the US are really good value. And we get some good deals here on some things, but soft fruits like what I call, these should never be $4 for, I can count them. Let's have a little look. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 raspberries for $4. Plus 2 I've used. So 20 raspberries for $4. Oh, that's nice, even maths.
And you had to check the punnets, didn't you?
And I had to check the punnets because a load of them were mouldy. That'd been so disappointing. Imagine paying $4 for a punnet of raspberries and you get back and find that all the centre ones are sort of rotten. Oh, I'm such a Grinch.
So Jonathan Mayhew said, yes, blueberries were pricey when I used to live in the UK. And Tropic Lush says, I'm from the blueberry capital of the world, Hamilton, New Jersey.
Oh man, Tropic Lush. You know when the blueberries are in season and they're everywhere in the stores. That's when we were in the US. Where were we when we were in California somewhere, weren't we?
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. So I'm trying to think what time of year. Was it August time?
August, September.
August, September. Is that the right time for in season? Anyway, they were literally coming in on the pallets, the raspberries. The blueberries, and they were so good. Let me just move that beautiful chocolate mousse. Look at that. Now it has got raw eggs in it. They're good, free-range raw eggs. But you know, if you're going to make a really good chocolate mousse, it's got to have real dark chocolate in it. This one's actually got really nice 70% cocoa chocolate. It's got a little bit of white chocolate on the top there and some mint. It is like, when you eat this, it is really like a sort of devil's food cake or some sort of like a really heavy. I mean, it's light and airy and bubbly, but it sits in your stomach really heavy. Let's get and open these pickled onions.
Byron's got a question. Steve, I was wondering, how long do gingerbread cookies have to be baked for?
Gingerbread cookies, Byron, are fairly high sugar. When do we bake them? About 20 minutes? Not that long.
15, 20 minutes.
It depends. Yeah, it does depend on the thickness, and it depends on the exact recipe. I'll get Michelle to put a link to our gingerbread recipe if she can. Not a long time, and if you want that slightly more chewy gingerbread, less time is better. So if you're going for something like the Lebkuchen, the German style gingerbreads, then you would go for a shorter cook, probably around about 14-15 minutes, and it depends again on your oven. The temperatures for, oh, you put me on the spot, Byron. I think we tend to do our gingerbread at about 160 degrees Celsius, a little bit lower than normal, so that is about 320 Fahrenheit. You don't want those high temperatures because they'll cook really quick and go dark and brown. There's a lot of sugar in gingerbread. Any cooking questions, throw them here. Might as well make me look foolish and then see if I can remember all my stats. It's hard sometimes to remember everything we do. That's why we have cookbooks and that's why we take notes. But some of it's up there in the old grey matter. It sort of flows out. Hi, Nina. Nina Bordeaux. Welcome. Thank you very much. So we're going to crack open these. I wonder if, I can't remember whether we sealed these with heat. I don't think we did. So no, they're just going to pop open. There they are. So they smell good. Smell very good. I'm going to try one in a moment, but look, can you see? I've got the other camera there. So, oh yeah, they feel good. They're firm. They're not all, yeah, they're perfect. There's a nice little spring back on them. I suspect if I squeeze that now, the whole center would shoot out and hit you in the camera. They are looking perfect. Not boiled. I don't boil my pickled onions because I really think it destroys the pickled onions and it makes them all sort of soggy. I know they do that for commercial pickled onions, and that's why they just don't taste so good. Hello, Char. How are you? Merry Christmas. Now, Char's got one of my aprons, probably the only apron that was ever made for Steve's Kitchen. So, and I got a lovely photo of you sometime back, Char. I always remember that beautiful photograph you sent of me wearing the Steve's Kitchen apron. I must get and do some of that stuff. Oh, yeah. Eagle, hairy, pickled onions. Welcome. So I need a little bit of this beautiful crumbly. Look at this. Which camera shall I go to? That one. Look how crumbly that cheddar is. It's really nice. I'll get this all over my keyboard now. Let's get away from the keyboard. A nice crumbly cheddar, light and crumbly. Going to put that onto a little cracker. Going to get myself one of these gorgeous. I've been salivating to open these up. Now that my phone shouldn't be making the Twitter tweet, but it is. Doesn't matter, Michelle. It's only because it's on wire. It's on. Michelle was going to turn off the Wi-Fi on it, but it's actually because it's on the 4G. Oh man, has anyone else got pickled onions?
Charlotte says she still uses the apron.
Oh, beautiful, Char. Thank you very much. I got to tuck in. Right, here goes. My first homemade pickled onions in a few years. We've been traveling for 2.5, so I know I haven't made them in the last 2.5 years. Look at the color. I can't get vinegar on my. Look at the color. Look how the vinegar is soaked into the onion beautifully. The center popped out. Oh. Oh, pickled onions that bite back. They're ready. They're ready, which is a big problem because it means they'll be gone within 3 days. Freuliche Weihnacht, Byron, yes. Freuliche Weihnacht in Germany. And Feliz Navidad, I think is that Spanish or Portuguese? Spanish. It would be. Anybody watching from Germany? Oh, man. See, that's what we always used to love as kids. You get the center, you see the center of the pickled onion there, and then you can, if they're really ready, you should be able to squeeze them out and out. I can't do this over the keyboard, it'll drip everywhere. But you should be able to, almost like you can with, you can take out the middle, tiniest little bit of the pickled onion, the sweetest center. Don't play with your food. You know what your parents used to say? Don't play with your food.
Tropic Lush says, I find myself always fixing myself a snack while I'm watching you guys. Last time it was empanadas, now it's hot chocolate with a wedge of cheese in it and a ham and cheese grilled.
Oh, lovely. Hot chocolate with a wedge of cheese in it? That's interesting. Now, you know, I just told you not to play with your food. I don't mean that. I actually mean play with your food. Food you should be. Now, whose was that? Tropic Lush?
Tropic Lush.
Hot chocolate with a wedge of cheese in it? What sort of cheese? This could make a lot of sense. And depending on your answer now, don't say Stilton. Anyway, here goes. I got myself a little crostini. Oh, crostini. I got myself that really rich, mature, crumbly cheese and that last little bit of pickled onion on the top.
So Jonathan says, can't wait to try mine. This Christmas we'll have cold turkey, cheeses, pickle, Branston pickle and some French bread. Yum.
Oh man, that would be a good idea.
Okay, Byron says, Feliz Natal is Portuguese and Feliz Navidad is Spanish.
Merry Christmas. Excuse me, I'm just going to get a tissue. I've got all vinegar all over my hands. Hey, RJR. Oh, rice baubles. Rice bubbles or rice baubles. Rice Krispies, rice baubles. So you're saying about the White Christmas. In Australia, we have a snack called White Christmas. It's made with the little rice cereals, the puffed rice cereals with white chocolate and all sorts of little bits of fruit in. You can do almost anything. You can put in different coloured glacé fruits. It's really delicious, and it's something we call White Christmas. We make it. I normally make it. I haven't made it this year because we've been travelling. Getting hot in this hat.
Get the hat off.
Michelle says I can take the hat off. I'm keeping it on. Right, now Tropic Lush, you've added there that with the red wax, you took the red wax off before you put it in the hot chocolate, right? I'm teasing you. Well, that sounds interesting. So Tropic Lush says hot chocolate. Look, Michelle's over there eating the second chocolate mousse. It looks delicious. Yes, mate. You're Aussie, RJR. Where are you? Which city? Which town? I am up in Canberra. My first time to Canberra. I used to live up in Queensland for quite some years, and then we moved down and pretty much base ourselves in Melbourne. But this year we're going to be travelling all over Australia, so we're going to be showing you some stuff, hopefully, from Canberra, from Perth, from Tasmania, from Adelaide, from up in Darwin, back up in Brisbane probably, and I'm guessing also we might even pop into Sydney. Opinion on pickling low acid food at home. Not sure I understand the question. You might have to clarify that a little bit for me. Pickling low acid food at home. Like I say, I'm not sure I fully understand that. Got myself another little piece of cheese.
Oh,
Nice.
RJR's in Tasmania. I live in the mountains.
Tassie, man. Never been to Tasmania, RJR. We are going to come next year, I hope. Let's get another one of these pickled onions out of here.
B Swin says, speaking of cheese, I hope you and Gavin can do a show together one day.
Look, I spoke with Gavin at VidCon. I met him, lovely guy. I think he's possibly a little bit shy. I'm not sure. He's quite a gentle sort of guy. I'm not sure. We said we'd try and do something, but I haven't been able to pin him down. So we will try. But I suspect Gavin's quite a shy guy, unlike me, who's a complete extrovert nutter who'll talk to anyone and do anything. Pickled onion, good cheese, crostini, little bread. Well, I'd love to come to Tasmania, and I'm almost certain we will be able to get there. I don't know if you saw the yellow Jeep Eggy that we got for touring around Australia. Look out for it. It might be in your neck of the woods at some point. Canning. You see, your terminology in the US is a little bit different to our terminology. What are you going to can? Because we tend to think of canning as, we tend to think of it as preserving, right? So we can do that with fruits in syrups, with pickled onions. This is canning. Branston pickle. Let's get the Branston pickle open.
Not ready yet.
It's not ready, right? This is not ready. This is old style Branston pickle. It's it's literally only a couple of days old, so it's not got the colour or richness, but let me get another little piece of this toast here. Just pop that on there. Merry Christmas, everyone. If you haven't had Branston pickle, old style homemade Branston pickle before, you should try it. It's too young. Too young. Tastes good.
So Jan said it's supposed to be 9 degrees Fahrenheit at night coming up this week where I am.
9 degrees Fahrenheit. What? Oh,
It's cold.
that sounds cold. What is that in Celsius? Michelle will check that for me. In the meantime, I'm getting a yearning for chocolate mousse. I've saved myself. I haven't eaten this morning, so...
Minus 12.
Minus 12? What is that in Fahrenheit?
9 degrees.
9 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 12. That is sure cold. Now, I think the coldest I can remember having on our little farm in France was about minus 11.
Yeah.
And the sheep. I built like a shelter for our sheep. And I thought, okay, it's minus 11. We know that the winters were getting quite cold, so I built a shelter for them. Then we had the worst snowstorm, and it went down to minus 11. And I went outside to see if the sheep had all gone into the shelter, and they were just laying in the snow. They were just laying in, and they'd get up. They saw me coming out, so they'd get up, and they'd just shake off like that, and all the snow would drop off, and they'd just walk over, and they weren't bothered at all. And when you put your hand into their fleece, it was toasty warm. The insulation of sheep's wool is amazing. Minus 11, they had no interest in going into the shelter at all. Where they stood up, there was a nice green patch of grass where the snow had gone sort of like 10 inches up the side of them, and they just shook off and carried on. So funny, so funny. So you get to understand how hardy a lot of these animals can be. Shaking my spoon at everybody like some school teacher.
So Dax says Branston missed that video.
No, Dax, the video hasn't been done yet. Oh, certainly the video's been filmed, but the actual
It's not.
I'm gonna try and get it up this weekend if I can, Dax.
And Tara's asking, is that the pickle used in a ploughman sandwich?
It is the pickle used in a ploughman sandwich. It's often called ploughman's pickle. It comes from the village of Branston. It was originally bought from a lady called Mrs. Somebody or another in Branston. I think Cross and Blackwell bought it off of the original family that used to make it. They brought the name Branston pickle. And Cross and Blackwell started making this pickle. It's become like an institution in sort of British pickling. So much so that people generally just call it pickle. And they put a bit of pickle on the sandwich. They're talking about Branston pickle. Now, over the years, Cross and Blackwell sold it to one company, then it went to another company, probably Unilever owned it. One of the big multi-billion and they say they never fiddled with the flavour, but certainly I think the Branston pickle you buy in the supermarkets now is all very acidy and sort of vinegary. It's now owned by a Japanese company, I think, and it can't even have the Cross and Blackwell logo on it anymore because obviously they don't own it. So I've tried to recreate something as close to the old style Branston pickle, which is what we used to make when our kids were younger all the time anyway. So Jan, that's why fleeces are phenomenal. Real fleeces are amazing. Excuse me.
So Dax said first snowfall in Vancouver yesterday. And Shah said we get minus 25 here in the deep freeze Canada.
Wow. Now that could set the odd sheep, I reckon, into a popsicle. That is cold. So where was I going with that? That doesn't
Branston
matter.
pickle's going up. It's not up yet. That's what we were talking about.
Branston pickle's going up. The pickled onions are tasting good. They could probably go a little bit longer. They've still got that little bit of acidity in them, but that's the way I like them. I'm going to close those down, pop them over there.
Nicholas Gust says, I'm going to try to make something with my little brother and sister tomorrow. Do you have any recommendations?
What, how old are you, Nicholas? That's possibly the I should ask. Or are you doing it with your parents, or are you doing it? I'll ask you how old you are.
How long have they got?
How long have you got? Chocolate mousse. Look at this chocolate mousse. You've got the little camera. Let's take it to the big camera. Look at this chocolate mousse. And just go in there and just see how beautiful and light that chocolate mousse is. And that's a day old. That was in, I put that in the fridge yesterday. I can't wait. I'm going to go for this. Mm. Mm.
Okay, so Nicholas says, I'm 22 and they are 9 and 10.
Okay, Nicholas, then be very careful in the kitchen. Right, okay. Nicholas, how about, because of the time of year it is, do the Christmas pudding in a mug. Michelle will send a link. I think a really fun thing to do with kids is something that gives reasonably quick gratification for a little bit of input and fun. I've got 2 versions of a Christmas pudding you can make in a mug, which tastes absolutely delicious. And one of them, you can actually make the custard as well in the mug. So that would be a fun one to do. I'd certainly give it a go. If you want to also, when you've got, remember when the Christmas has slowed down, I think one of the most fun things to do with kids in the kitchen is to make pasta, homemade pasta. So if you want to get kids to understand how food is processed, so when they go and have spaghetti or ravioli or things like that, they can actually, you know, mentally link the idea of making pasta and how simple it is. It's just, you know, you've got your eggs, your flour, a little bit of salt, and you can make such good pasta. So I'll get Michelle to also link homemade pasta. Sorry, Michelle, keeping her busy. So for now, would Christmas pudding in a mug do? Hey, Raggy. Raggy's in the house. Nicholas just home for the holidays. Dude, I'm pickling raw squid as I write. Raw shrimp, they were fine. Have you ever pickled squid or shrimp? I used lemon and lime and 3 different vinegars plus spices. Buddy, you have got me there. I have never pickled shrimp, or now I potted shrimp before, so it's a sort of pickled, but squid, no. Raggy, send me your recipe. We'll do something with maybe a sushi or something. Give me your recipe for raw squid. Send it across to me, buddy. Pickled onions, mature, crumbly cheddar cheese, a little bit of biscuit. Nah. Mm. Too much. Somebody, excuse me, somebody once said to me, on one of my earlier videos, I tasted something sweet, you know, like a cookie. And they said, why did you cut the video? Because, did you spit it out? And I said, I cut the video because I can't talk with a mouthful of chocolate cookie for 20 seconds, so I have to cut away so that I can clear my mouth and continue to talk like this and trying to get a drink, so that's why. Do you know, Raggy, I've never tried any sort of fermented squid. You've tried it, that's cool. So you can send that across to me, my friend. We've got some fun stuff to do in the new year. We've got our Mexican series coming up. No, man, don't you squid. Raggy, I love you. Food is the great leveler, man. And I don't care whether you want to talk about squid or any other forms of food whatsoever. I hope this year we do a lot more Christmas videos, but time just got away with us again. It's going to happen. You're going to try pickled onion?
Mm-hmm.
Michelle's just snuck in, and hands come around and say Merry Christmas before you eat that pickled onion.
My pickled onion.
Come round. Say Merry Christmas to
Merry
everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
She has got a YouTube expert t-shirt on. So, Merry Christmas. Now you can go.
Oh, thank you. Eat my pickled onions.
And eat your pickled onion. I'm taking this hat off.
You're too hot.
Even if I've got hat hair.
Raggy says, spit it out, man. It's hard to understand you when your mouth's full.
I know, Raggy. I keep going to pick this up like it's a glass of wine and sort of go, oh, yeah, you know, this is really nice, but it's not. It's a mousse. It's a chocolate mousse. And I'm going to have a little bit more of it because it was yum, dingity.
The Tropic Lush said, so Vegemite, is it a popular food in Australia? It looks like Nutella.
Oh, no. Oh, it's not Nutella. Look, I'll be honest, Vegemite, for many, almost since its conception, has been owned by an American company called Kraft that you all know of. And it is only really available in Australia. It's almost one of our national dishes, but it's owned by an American company called Kraft, or it was. Just this year, we managed to take control of that product back into the Australian base, so it's now made by Bega, a company not far from where I'm staying here. And so now it's not only a product that is Australian in history, but it's also owned by an Aussie company, which is good to hear.
So the pizza said the first time I watched you was like 5 years ago, something about oatmeal cookies, I think.
Wow, oatmeal cookies is a long time ago because I remember that video. They were really simple videos, but wow, I love oatmeal cookies. It's a long time back. Who said that?
The pizza.
The pizza?
The pizza.
Okay.
Just going back a bit. Chris the Butcher and friends said Merry Christmas to you both.
Hey Chris, Merry Christmas right back at you. Hope you're having a lovely time.
So Jan A says Steve is surrounded by the best food and the best wife. I had to read that one.
Yeah. Michelle's here as well though, Jan.
Charles says Merry Christmas folks, gotta go, it's late here in Canada.
Oh, cheerio Charles, love to you. Keep on cooking, enjoy yourself.
So Raggy says Australia, love me, my Vegemite.
Raggy, you got that special limited edition Vegemite at one time, didn't you? One of our friends over here sent you that out there, an extra rich one. They brought out another one, but I missed it. I think when I came back to Australia, they just stopped stocking it in the shops. It was a centenary or some special. But there is it's good to see that actually, Raggy, if you get I don't know if I can send you one. Probably not in the near future. But when you see your next Vegemite, you'll see it won't have Kraft on it anymore. It's made by Bega, and Bega, the town of Bega, we drove through it just a few 10 days ago.
And we revealed Eggy, didn't we?
Oh man, that's good cheese.
And Jonathan said I only had Vegemite once and it tasted like Marmite.
It does taste similar to. They're both a similar product.
B Swin says, do you plan on another live show before Christmas or New Year's?
No, I would love to. If I'm going to watch this one back and see whether we've got any better quality, and I would love to do another live show. I might try and do something out in the bush. We've got a nice little walkabout area out here with some beautiful parrots and canaries, and the birds are beautiful. I don't know whether we could. We'd probably have to do it live, because I don't think the phone camera would pick up the quality of the pictures. But there's the beautiful big lorikeets and cockatiels, galah. The birds out there are just fantastic. What's that? Kelly said the Bramaking girl is just going off the screen at the top.
Is it?
We're sending.
Hi, Steve and Michelle. Hope you're both ready for Christmas. Sending my greetings over the way to you.
Thank you, Bramaking girl 87. And that's Kelly. I do know a lot of you by name from many over the years that you have followed us, so it's always lovely to see the regulars coming in and new people coming in all the time. I think one of the things we're blessed with on the channel is we just have some of the nicest subscribers, some of the most wonderful people. They're all friendly, they're all really good. We get the very occasional sort of troublemaker come in, but I think that's just people that sort of drift in and out of all channels.
So is that Cryors? You should wear your shirt that you wore on your How to Make Jerky video. It's an amazing shirt.
Cryos, I can't remember what shirt I wore. It's a chef coat, by the way. It's a chef's shirt or a chef's coat. I can't remember exactly which one I wore. I'll check it out. I haven't got, because we're traveling, I can't take all my coats, chef coats, with me. So I'm starting to wear these waistcoats, which are a little bit easier on the suitcase. But I've always got 2 or 3 chef coats with me, and I'm picking them up as I travel around as well. But thank you. I will. I'm not sure which coat it is.
I think it's the Christmas one.
Is it, Cryos, is it this one? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
This is a great coat. I love this coat. It's going to look really bulky now because I like the colours. It's good for Christmas. It's good for a lot of different countries and things. So I'm not. It's too hot for me to wear today. But is it that one?
So, Raggy said Marmite is a champagne-based residue and Vegemite is a stronger malt reduction. Both are super and Marmite is more delicate.
Thank you, Raggy. Marmite is a little smoother, a little creamier. They're both really pack a punch. They're both great. I'm going to be honest, and this will do disfavour or put me in bad light to all my Aussie mates. I prefer Marmite. I think it's actually got, but it's kind of what you're used to. You see, I'm Australian. I've lived here for many years, but I grew up with Marmite. It's what you're used to.
Jan says, bedtime here, good night all, safe travel, share the love, take care, good night.
Good night, Jan, share the love. Hit that thumbs up before you go. Share the video out with some friends and family, be good.
And Jonathan said, took Marmite into work once for my American friends to try. It was not popular, I like it anyway. Marmite
is great, it's like the ultimate seasoning. Vegemite is just as fantastic. They're very similar products. They're both Raggy, you probably know this already, but they're basically a byproduct of making beer. They're the yeast extract from making beer and or ales. So you have this yeast, and then they thought, oh well, we can either chuck this down the drain or we can make some sort of spread with it. And so they started making the spread and selling it to us. And good job they did, because it is a really lovely seasoning. It's good. It's a bit like, I don't know if you know Bovril. What other dark seasoning? There are often sort of dark, salty things you can add to stocks to make them dark. Marmite works really well. Vegemite works really well in a stock. It's great to just use in baking. You can do little twists. If you get some sheets, for example, of puff pastry, a little bit of butter on it, but then spread it over with Marmite, and then you cut it into little strips and make some little twists. Pop those in the oven. Sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan on there as well if you like. They make really good snacks. It's so simple to make. Just a sheet of store-bought puff pastry sheet. Spread a little bit of Marmite, a little bit of Parmesan if you want. Cut it into strips, no more than about 3/4 of an inch wide. Twist them round so only one side has got the Marmite and the seasoning on. Bake them in the oven on high 180, 350, I think, Fahrenheit, for a very short time. Just keep an eye on them. They go nice and brown. And then you've got like a big tray of snacks that you can put out any party. It's great beer snacks, Raggy. Good stuff.
B Swin says, have to sign off for the evening. I hope to see you live again before 2018, but just in case of what I want to wish you and Michelle a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, B Swin. This has got a little bit of Grand Marnier in. Oh, it is so rich.
Jonathan Mayhew says, biggest mistake with Marmite and Vegemite is to be too liberal when you spread it.
I tend to be a little liberal because I like it quite thick. Actually, I think it's something you get used to. I actually probably put it on a lot more. Was that Jonathan?
Yeah. You put it on with marmalade.
That's right. I forgot about that. Most of my younger years, when I was when we had kids and when we were sort of like those years when you got your family all around you, I like a bit of toast and marmalade, but I love nothing more. And you should try this, Raggy. Marmalade, good Seville marmalade, like bitter marmalade, not too sweet, and Marmite or Vegemite, either way, really good. It's a combination of crispy toast, melted butter. If you can get a good marmalade that's tart, not too sweet, so it's just like a jam or jelly, and then add some Vegemite on. So you go butter, Vegemite, marmalade. Oh, the best toast you'll ever have. Really.
So Ice Dragon and Quails love the coat.
Thank you very much.
Cheddar and Marmite on toast is good.
Cheddar and Marmite on toast is good.
Jonathan?
Cheddar on Marmite and toast with tomatoes is really good. Because food is all about sort of like mixing up flavors and textures and things for me. Not always. Sometimes you want something to be particularly smooth or particularly brittle, but quite often you want that combination of heat and cold, texture. You need texture in food. Your mouth needs to be excited quite often by what you're eating. Hence, we tend to eat a little bit of dry toast with our cheese, with a soft pickle on top, and that way you're exciting the taste buds with sort of different things that are going on in there. And then the next thing you can do is excite it even further with different temperatures. So you can add ice cream to hot apple pie or something like that. Is another way of sort of playing with the mouth.
Okay, Raggy says, I eat scuppernong jelly with Vegemite, dynamite combination.
Now, scuppernong jelly, Raggy, for those of us that don't know, which includes me, by the way, but I suspect it's very similar to the way I like it.
It's a green gold variety of the sweet and fragrant muscadine grapes.
Okay, so it's like a grape jelly. All right, so that's going to be similar then, Raggy, to what I'm saying. Isn't it great? Isn't it great when you've got that salty attack on the palate of Vegemite or Marmite, and then you've got this sweet jelly and toast as well. Man, they are so good.
The Jamaican girl says, I love Marmite, it's delicious on toast, but I haven't had it in ages. Should get a jar soon. Haven't really tried Vegemite yet, wonder where to get some, but in the search, I'm getting some now. Vegemite
you can definitely get in the UK. I think in what's that store? Not big Waitrose. I think they do it.
Amazon.
And you can get it on Amazon. Michelle's just reminding me. You should go to Penang and make a vlog eating there, or video cooking food inspired from Penang or some sort of. Buddy, I spent 3 months in Penang just last year. We've done a whole food tour of Penang. We've been tasting durian in Penang. I did a press conference there in the Jen Hotel, and I cooked babu lambu. I cooked babu lambu in a local mosque in Jelang. I forget the name of the mosque, but I've got a video on YouTube, so you can check all that out. It was such a lot of fun. I love Penang. I've got so many good friends in Penang, and it's food heaven. Absolutely. So check that out. I don't know if we've got a Penang playlist. Michelle's just going to check out whether we've got a Penang play or Malaysian playlist. Have you not? Siroz? I'm not sure how your name's pronounced, but have you not seen the Penang videos? Please check them out. Let's get into this Branston pickle and get a little bit more sauce in there. I'm gonna have, even though it's still very young, I'm gonna have some on this cheddar cheese. So, what is everyone doing for Christmas? Is everyone around their families? Are we all having good fun? Are we all going to be super busy? Thank you, Tropolush. The Penang videos, I hope they came across as fun. I've still got a few that I haven't edited actually, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm going to go a little quiet as I eat this. Not that quiet. The Branston pickle is good. It needs 2 or 3 weeks to develop its flavour.
So Raggy said that was a great series you did last year. I can't spell the name of the place. Spell it. I can't even pronounce it. I live in the deep south.
Was that in Penang, Raggy? Possibly. I do try to. I was in Hanoi in Vietnam as well, so I don't know if you saw that. I'm sure you did, Raggy. There was some fun we had in Hanoi in Vietnam. We did actually have a really good tour of Mexico, but we didn't film as much. It was early days. We were still learning how to use our equipment. So
we haven't got a Penang playlist, but I put a Malaysian playlist up.
Okay, so there's a Malaysian playlist you can see. That'll take you from. There'll be stuff from Kuala Lumpur. There may even be stuff from Malacca. So Tara says yes. Online Tesco's sell Vegemite. Yeah, I saw it when I was in the UK. Not that long ago. Well, it seems not that long ago. It was probably quite a time back, but I saw it. Thank you, Raggy. What are friends for? Absolutely, mate. And actually, I have got myself some. Talking of Penang, if any of you are over in Malaysia, I've got myself some of this black glutinous sticky rice. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of the dish off the top of my head. I can't remember it, but it's made with coconut cream, and I'm going to be making that. Not as a video, although I should do it as a video. I'm going to be making it from Malaysia. It's a dish I particularly enjoy. It's so good, and I'm just making it because I love it. Fred Wilson. Somebody's typing capitals in there. Sorry about that, Fred. I still have never gotten your sweet wife to forgive me for the stupid comment I made 3 years ago. It was a joke, my bad. She's forgiven you, Raggy. Come tell Raggy you've forgiven him.
I've forgiven you, Raggy. I can't even remember what I was supposed to forgive you for.
You know what, Raggy? We never take offence. Never take offence. I've taken the odd gate, but not always taking offence. I know, it'll get stupider as the day gets on. More and more chocolate. I'm going to get that piece of mint. Look, that mint is not but on top of your desserts for decoration. It is there for taste, all right? Fresh mint is there for taste, and you can eat it just as it is. Man. Fresh mint and chocolate. That is so good. That is that spearmint? That one, I think it's a spearmint.
Yeah, there was a spearmint one there.
So, when a chef, cook, friend puts mint on your food, don't just push it aside like a garnish. It's there to enhance, and actually, I need a lot more mint in that. Raggy, nothing you ever say will offend us, buddy. The mousse is delicious, and you know it's so light and airy, and it's got a little bit of orange liqueur in it as well, which is kind of nice.
Tara says, have you tried mint tea?
Tara, I'm not a big mint tea fan, but I've had many mint teas. But I do like mint tea when it's made with fresh mint. I'm not overly keen on some of the mint teas you can get in tea bags and things because they're always for sort of medicinal purposes, and I never find them my favourite. But I do sometimes like a little bit of mint in there, but it's not my favourite. Got to be honest.
So, update from Tropic Lush. Okay, now I'm dipping chips into Nutella.
Tropic Lush, we are the other side of the world to you. Chips to us are French fries. What you're talking about chips as in crisps, what we call crisps, and you're dipping crisps into Nutella. But if you go and tell me you're dipping chips into Nutella, I see you with a plate of French fries dipping them into Nutella. Sorry. I think you mean American chips.
So Reggie says, I'll be making cranberry relish in the next 2 days with jalapeno and fresh mint growing next to my kitchens.
Oh, the cranberries are in season as well, aren't they, Raggy? So that's kind of cool. Tara, what's Moroccan style fresh leaves? What's that?
Tea, I think, I believe. Mint tea.
Oh, yeah, fresh Moroccan style with now in the right circumstances, that wouldn't be my daily drive for tea. I don't drink a lot of tea. Used to drink a lot more than I do now. But that wouldn't be my daily drive. I tell you what's kind of cool. Let me just see if I can find it quickly. I love this little Tara, this little tea strainer that sits. I mean, there are many of these that go inside teapots and things, but I like my tea to be fresh leaves if I can, and I love the fact that this just sits on the side of a cup like that. And you can pop your fresh tea leaves in there and just pop the hot water up to the edge. And you can make some really, and you can add things into here like different herbs and things if you want. You could put your fresh mint straight into there. That's kind of cool. I haven't seen that style before. I'm going to actually try and get, this isn't mine, it's a friend's, so I'm going to see if I can get hold of a few of those. They're kind of cool.
So Tropic Lush says, yes, crisps.
You see, another thing in the US, chips or French fries tend to be always like Stringfellows, sort of thin things that you get in McDonald's. And chips in Australia are generally like big, thick potato chips. Now that sounds like crisps as well. So they're thick French fries. And can you imagine sort of dipping that into Nutella? It would be crazy. They'd be breaking all the time anyway.
So Tara says cardamom adds lovely flavour to tea.
Cardamom adds beautiful flavour. Black cardamom will add a sort of smoky flavour as well. If you want to add black, crack open the big black cardamom, pop that in there. What else? Fennel's always good, but mint is good if you're going to add that into tea. Then of course you've got bergamot oil. You can get the oils as well that you can add to tea, so you can get something similar to an Earl Grey. I tell you what's really nice also, some lemons or orange zests. Anyway, we're talking about tea. I'm not even a huge tea drinker. I still enjoy tea, but I don't drink it on a daily basis.
So Wendy Johnson says, hi Steve and Michelle, late to this. I tried to make the Maltese cake, but I ate all the Maltese in the first of the cake.
Wendy, that is not the idea, right? That is not the idea. You can't make a Maltese cake. You sat there, so, I'll just have another one, I'll have another one. And then you get round and you've got the cake and you've put the chocolate sauce all over and you look down and you've got what? One Malteser left. That is not the idea. Behave yourself. What have you done? So you've got a round cake. Hey, Captain Dirk, good to see you in again.
So Raggy says, love you folks, I have to get back on stage for the second set, playing at the Blues Club in Memphis. My agent is a slave driver, but I was happy to get in on the break between sets. Night, night.
Be good, Raggy. I've got myself a ukulele here, by the way, where I'm staying at the moment. I'm catching up on ukulele, playing the uke, really enjoying it. I haven't had a uke with me since I've been travelling over the last 2.5 years. Really, really missed it. And it's fun. So keep strumming, buddy, and have a great Christmas. So, pregnant pause. I'm just trying to see, I've got so much food around me, I don't know where to go next. I think I'm dipping back in for a little more chocolate. Do you like this second camera? It seems to work all right. A little more chocolate mousse. Man, Raggy is such, if you haven't checked out Raggy's channel, Michelle, will you put a link to Raggy's channel? Yeah. If people out there haven't checked out the Reverend Raggy and his wonderful channel, they should do it. And he's such a good player and just an all-round fun character. So we'll pop a link into Raggy's channel. Always get in there and see. I try to watch as much as Raggy stuff as I can. I don't have as much time as I used to for watching everything, but Raggy is one of those guys that I can watch until the cows come home. Such a genuinely lovely character. Buttering you up, Raggy. I'm buttering you. He's probably gone. Yeah, he's probably gone. I'm saying all this nice stuff and Raggy's not even hearing it. I'll have to send it. I say, Raggy, watch. 42 minutes in. Don't forget how nice I was to you.
Raggy says good night, Erin, the slave driver. Let's just type that. Tropic Lush says, I love the second camera. Can you make the bigger picture? Like swap them out. You
can't, not easily. I can sort of just go whoop, like that, but no, there probably is a way, Tropic Lush, but it's not like Google chat or anything where you can just switch it out. I've had to set it up on the screen. Did I make that the right size? So no, you can't swap it out. Although I could. I only just decided to do this about 5 minutes before we started, and I was surprised it even worked. So swapping it out is something that possibly could be done if you had more than 5 minutes to think about it. Actually, I'm pretty sure I could swap it out by putting in, yeah, and there would be a way. Always a way. Going to make some mulled wine and with a twist, an ancho chili and a dry poblano chili. Mulled wine with a bit of spicy kick in there. That sounds nice, Captain Dirt. I think I don't know if I've made mulled wine on my channel before, but we often make mulled wine. Mulled wine is basically you can use a combination of just red wines. You can also use some fortified wines like port or sherry in there as well if you want an extra richness to it. But then you heat that wine up and add in spices. The common spices are your cinnamon, your cardamom, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of mace, anything like that that just lifts those flavors up, those sweet spices. And so what Captain Dirt's saying there is he's going to add in some. Now I don't know whether the ancho chilies is a hot chili or not. The poblano chili is is not so hot, so he's adding a little bit of heat, a little bit of spice. That'd be nice. That'd be kind of cool. I didn't actually add chili in with my chocolate mousse, which is something that people often commonly do. So is anybody else in the house lurking in there that hasn't said hello so I can wish them a Merry Christmas? If you're in watching, you haven't ever said hello before, just say hello, and then we can wish you a Merry Christmas. How long will we go, Michelle?
58 minutes.
So, because I'm coming to the end of the show and the last half of my pickled onion. Was there something else we wanted to talk about? Brighton Dunkley, Merry Christmas. Huge Merry Christmas, and thank you for saying hello. Always great to have you in. Anyone else there lurking, come on. Come out and say hello. I'm going to actually start to wrap this up, so there's a last chance if you want to just say hi. I don't think we've got anything else to cover particularly, Michelle. This weekend we're hopefully going to be putting up the chocolate mousse. We are going to be trying to finish making the Branston pickle. It's not super Christmassy this weekend, I'm sorry about that. We had a lot more planned for Christmas. Maybe one year we'll get ahead of ourselves. It's hard when doing these shows sometimes and just keeping up keeping up with everything, you know. Well, we've done quite a bit this year, though. We've got that Malteser. Did you like the Malteser chocolate cake, by the way? That was fun to make. We've managed to do an update of our beautiful mincemeat. We've done the mince pies again, which are some of my favourite things at Christmas. Did we do a Christmas pudding? We did a Christmas pudding.
And we've done pickled onions and Branston pickle.
Yeah, we've done a lot. And after Christmas, we've got absolutely heaps planned. So let's just hope we can get on and do it. And I'm going to love seeing you guys. We'll talk again before New Year's Eve. So I'm looking forward to 2018. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of travelling to do and a lot of food sharing to do with you all. So a great big love to you all. That's not such a good place to have my hand in there. A great big love to you all, and thank you very much for joining me again for the live stream. Take care. The Maltesers was great, Tropic Lush. It's good. We actually didn't cut into that cake. Sorry, I'm going to go on a little bit now. We didn't cut into that cake because I'm saving it for Christmas. We're not going to actually be able to see my family over Christmas, which is very, very sad. But we are going to see them soon after, so we're going to have that cake if it survives. If it survives. All right, love to you all. Take care. Have a wonderful Christmas. If I don't see you before Christmas Day, have a wonderful Christmas. Share some fun with your family. I might do another little impromptu live show. I'm not sure if we've got time. And we haven't got a big family get together this year. So poor little Michelle and I are a little bit sad and lonely, stuck here with our chocolate and all the goodies that we have to eat. So we might do something around Christmas time just to say hello to you all. But I really suspect that you'll all be super busy with the usual palaver that is Christmas. So good night to you all. Good night, Wendy. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. And I've got to pop in here and say stop streaming. Take care. See you next Thursday. What is next Thursday?
Between Christmas and New Year.
Is it? What date is it?
I know, it'll be about the 28th, I think.
So maybe next Thursday, maybe before. Be good.